Hi everyone, SoulSilver17 here. Let me first, like usual. I do not own the pictures. I made the thumbnail, non-paid video. Alright, okay. So, here's the thing. I am on my summer break. What does that mean? Well, I'm gonna be able to watch Black Clover whenever I'm not busy. So, probably not gonna be really busy, but, if not, then if I'm not able to, then I'm just gonna probably make another video just so I can get videos out. So yeah. Also, I basically came up with another idea, but it's before I came up with the idea for this what if and the rumor one. Basically, only about like an hour before it. So yeah, I'm not gonna say what it is because I have to legit read a book. And then I'm basically gonna go through the story. Actually, I'm actually just gonna say it. It's basically, I do not own the name of the book, I do not own the name of the series, but basically it's the Percy Jackson series. So, I basically got the first book. I thought I had the second book, I didn't, and I have the third book. So I'm going to be going through that. And then, well, so that's what I mean. I may not be able to watch Black Clover because I may read the book, and I may want to make the what if, and then, or at least just get one part out, and see how everyone likes it. Please let me know if you would like to, see it, and I will, make it, but give me a minute real quick, I have to fix something. What the fuck? There we go. I'm back. I come up with new ideas and such. It's just how I am. I can't help it. But anyways, let's just start this what if. So last time we left off in the what if Naruto became overlord, it's basically before the Zabuza fight. Now, they just took down the Demon Brothers and, found out about Gato and the village and Wave Country. So, they're gonna go help out. Now, we're basically just having when, Naruto and Albedo are waking up. Albedo's already up, basically preparing for the, mission, while Naruto is just getting up. So, after Naruto gets up, he walks out of the tent. He basically just says out loud, he goes like, man, I wish my sleeping bag was a little more comfortable, but oh well, can't help it. Which technically Albedo just looks at him and she goes, really? My sleeping bag was comfortable? He's like, well, my sleeping bag technically is not a new one. I haven't bought one since probably last year. Wow. Forgot. I need a new one. Oh well. So Naruto just shrugs that off and Albedo's just looking at him. She was like, you're really not caring about if you basically have anything good. Which Naruto just looks at her and goes like, define good. For me, it's anything that's useful and helps me to keep on going until the next day or for a while. And then she thinks to herself, right, his definition of good is different from mine. But give me a minute, guys. I'm back. So, as I was saying, Abu remembers his definition of good is different from hers. So, basically she says, sorry about that, Naruto. And he goes like, it's fine, don't worry about it. Wait, I forgot basically you act different when we're not, you know. She goes, yeah, not pretending for me to be human, when she does not. In which Naruto does say, oh crap, do you think, which she just says no. Basically, it's, well, still early for us to be up. Everyone else is not up yet. I basically did a spell that allowed me to see where everyone is. It's basically a scan spell. Came in handy in from one of the worlds that we conquered. So mostly everyone's asleep. Kakashi is basically getting water in his canteen over in that direction, and he's about maybe a good 20 minutes away. He's about 10 minutes away now. In which Naruto nods. So, after that, basically, they're taking down their tent. Naruto eats something. And, well, everyone gets up. So, they head out. Now, for the Zabuza fight, it's going to be a little different here. I'm technically going to make Sakura at least surprisingly useful, just for 1 minute. Technically. And so, yeah, anyways. So everything will go the same, like in canon. It's just the fact that this happens. When Naruto and, Sakura, Kakashi, Sasuke, and Albedo and Tazuna, come into the area where Zabuza would be. First, basically, when they hear the rustle in the bushes, Naruto's not the one who throws the, kunai. It's Sasuke. And basically, Sakura just looking at the rabbit, and, well, she was like, oh my god, it's a white rabbit. In which that technically sets off Albedo and Kakashi. So, the whole entire thing was Zabuza throwing the sword does happen. Now, nothing will basically be different. Everything will be the same. Until the part where Kakashi, gets captured. And the clones come out. In this one, Sasuke is gonna go fight them. But let's just, go through how he's gonna get his butt kicked. Anyways. So, right when Kakashi gets captured and basically multiple war clones of Zabuza come out, Naruto's looking at the situation. He's already understanding that they have the numbers. He can make shadow clones, but they're not going to be that great. And, well, basically, the water clones only have about maybe half of the same strength as Zabuza. So, he's looking at Sasuke, he's looking at Sakura, he's looking at Albedo. He basically says to Sasuke, I have a plan. I need you, basically, as before Naruto can even, not even finish his sentence, Sasuke just looks at Naruto, goes like, don't tell me what to do, dope. I can't handle this, I'm a Uchiha elite. He basically runs out and tries to fight the clones. There's only about 4 clones. Basically, well, what they say is 3, which Naruto does not notice right away and sighs, and basically he looks at Sakura. He basically, just looking at Sakura goes like, what, Naruto? He goes, Sakura, I need you to trust in me. She goes, huh? I need you to trust in me, and not ask any questions about this. I have a way to protect you and and Tazuna exactly at the same time, while me and Albedo take care of the other clones. Which she goes, I don't understand. He was like, please, Sakura, just trust in me. And do not tell this to Sasuke or Kakashi. Promise. In which Sakura's looking at Naruto, which she can see that Naruto's being serious. So, she basically just does not listen to the inner fangirl, the second personality, and nods to Naruto. In which she asks, what do I need to do? He basically just tells her to stand in front of Tazuna. And, well, after she does that, he goes, good. So he puts up his hand, and he says in his mind, barrier magic. And so, he says level 1 barrier. He basically knows it's not going to be a good defense, but at least this is a good enough defense he can use for a spell to protect, his ally and his client. As basically a barrier comes around both Sakura and Tazuna, big enough to hold about maybe 10 people, which Sakura is amazed and in shock, and then he basically looks at her and tells her to not worry, you and Tazuna will be safe. Now then, Albedo, where she does not, he was like, let's take care of this. And get Kakashi-sensei out of there as soon as possible. He'll not be able to survive. And we got to save the Uchiha. And where she sighs and he goes, do we really have to save him? And he just says, of course. He's our teammate. Unfortunately. Where she sighs and goes like, yes. Alright. Well, actually, she goes, yeah, Naruto, I get it. So basically, they go and they get into the fight. Naruto, basically having a little bit hard time, but he's able to get a lucky fire spell in and take down the clone. Albedo just punches the clone and destroying it. Now, in the actual barrier, which basically Tazuna and Sakura are watching the fights. They are amazed by the fight and everything. And they see Albedo taking care of the clone very easily. They see Naruto take care of the clone. And Sakura can see Sasuke taking care of the clone somewhat. Basically, Naruto distracted the clone that Sasuke was fighting and destroyed it. Well, distracted and Sasuke destroyed it. Now, Sakura is basically in awe and she's basically seeing that she's not helping. Nothing she, can do will ever help. She's basically, useless. And, she's basically looking down and she's upset with herself. Now, though, before, she can say anything, or basically Tazuna seeing her upset was about to say something, they hear laughter in between him and, well, there's in between Tazuna and Sakura. As Sakura's eyes widen, and basically the Vaster then says, looks like you're gonna die. As before anything can happen, Sakura uses a speed that she did not know she had, and with the strength that she would have in Shippuden, basically, accidentally uses that strength to punch the Zabuza clone right in the face and dispelling it into water. Which Sakura is in shock, Tazuna is in shock, and, well, Albedo and Naruto, who looked over to see how is Sakura and, Tazuna are doing, are in shock. Basically, Albedo just says, did she just punch the clone and it just turned to water again? Which Naruto goes, yes. I believe we underestimated Sakura. Which Albedo did not. Basically, Sasuke just scoffs at that. Just said it was like a lucky break. In which Tazuna was just looking at Sakura. He was like, how did you... She just goes, I don't know. I just reacted instantly, and then it just how? And which back with Kakashi and Zabuza. Zabuza just has a dumbfounded look. Kakashi's just blinking. And while they're both distracted, mostly Zabuza, Naruto just asks Abito, do you think you can, well, get Kakashi out of there? I don't know I don't have any ability to walk on water. In which she does not. She basically gets into a running stance and, well, saying by a combination of magic and the ability and the flight ability, she basically just run across the water all the way over to where Zabuza and Kakashi are. She gets Kakashi, out of the prison, and, well, Kakashi tells Abito to, get out of the way for this fight, and he also says thank you to her. She basically just nods and leaves Kakashi to the fight. And, well, that does go the same. Now, though, after the whole time Kakashi, passes out due to chakra exhaustion, and, well, they get him back to Tasno's place, and, let him rest. How should I say they? By they, I mean Naruto and Albedo walk over to Sakura, who's basically sitting at the table, just trying to figure out what she did. Now, Naruto says, Sakura. She goes, yeah, Naruto? He goes, how did you do that? She goes, I don't know, I just did it. Which, Naruto does look at her. And then he just sighs and just tells her, alright, well, hit me. She goes, huh? Look, for some reason, anytime I make you annoyed or angry, your punches usually hurt a lot. And I don't understand why. I'm trying to figure that out now, but the only thing I can think of is it's not 100% certain, so I need you to hit me and, to see if my theory's correct. She goes, I'm not gonna hit you, Naruto. Basically, Naruto says, just remember that day where someone bumped me into Sasuke and that happened. As then Sakura, looks at Naruto, gets mad, clenches her fist, and goes, don't mention that, you stupid baka! She punches Naruto. He does, hold his head, as basically Albedo, was in shock. As then Naruto goes like, ow, yeah, I was right. She goes, huh? He goes, it seems like you basically are subconsciously, when every time you're angry or scared or just by reflex, it seems, you're subconsciously pouring chakra into your fist. Usually, that little chakra in your fist shouldn't do much damage, but it seems like your chakra has a lot of potency to it, so the density of it is stronger than it should be. So that means your punches are a lot more deadlier. Funny, isn't it? And when she goes, so what does that mean? And so Naruto just tells her, well, depending on your chakra level and the density of your chakra, you basically could have, who was she again? Which Albedo goes like, oh, you're talking about Tsunade, Senju. Basically the strongest Konoichi and a best medic. He goes, yeah, her. Anyway, she goes, huh? She goes, well, I did kind of read a book on her for a brief, bit. it says that she basically uses her chakra to enhances her fist to have a devastating power. So, if we basically help you with your chakra level or reserves and increase them and get them at a pretty high level for you, and then basically then we can have you technically be not near that level of Tsunade Senju's strength, but on a way to, and see how strong you are truly with your chakra enhancing fist. And where Sakura just looking at Naruto, she goes, "Wow, Naruto, you would help me after everything I said to you." And which Naruto goes like, "You're my teammate. I'm willing to let everything that you said to me go under the bridge. And besides, I realize you don't like me, so there's no point in keep on asking you out." In which Sakura's eyes widen, and he goes like, "So, I mean, you should be thankful. I mean, I care for you, but I won't ask you out no more. Have fun chasing the Uchiha. Believe me, you're gonna need it." And he's basically walking away away from her and going outside. Which Albedo just seeing Sakura, looking where Naruto was at the door and looking back at Albedo. She goes, "You don't believe what Naruto said is right." Where she tilts her head and goes like, "What do you mean?" He goes like, "About Sasuke." And she goes, "Oh, no, he's right." Basically, Albedo just stands up and she just says, "The Uchiha does not like you. There are a few reasons why, but it's mostly because he thinks you're weak. If he could not see the potential that you've shown today, then he's an idiot. Besides, Haruno, there's plenty of good other people out there that will actually treat you better than him. So, I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna go see what Naruto's gonna do. See ya." And she basically walks out of the house, and basically she sees Naruto leaning against a tree. As she walks over to him, and he basically, tilts his head over to the side of, tilts his head over to the side, and basically they go over into the forest. And so, he goes, "Alright," and you give that to Nazarick, in which Albedo nods. So, basically, they teleport to Nazarick, and it's in the throne room. As Naruto and Albedo basically are walking out of the throne room, they see Kakaitis. As Kakaitis goes, "Ah, Naruto, I have found some of the taijutsus you asked for and some kenjutsus." Which Naruto goes, "Alright. And were you not going to message me?" And when she goes, "Oh, I was. It's just the fact you came here right away." And he goes, "Ah, my apologies, Kakaitis." And he goes, "It's no problem, Naruto." So, they basically go to the train area. And he asks Kakaitis how many clones. He says, 300 each. Which he goes, "Really?" He goes, "Do you want to, have about 1,000 shadow clones training?" He goes, "No, it's better off for them to have a good number. 300's good." So he makes 300 clones. He basically asks Kaitis what taijutsu styles they are, in which Albedo says they are some old ones that she has found, and, some that she has basically met people that was willing to pass down their taijutsu style of fighting, in case they did not, in case they died, or, they basically Albedo found someone to be worthy of it. So, what happens is simple. Each clone, it's about 50, one pair 50 trains and one taijutsu style, while another pair and 50 trains in the other taijutsu style. Basically, Kaita says these two taijutsu styles are both opposites. One focus on strength and power, and one focus on speed and agility. It basically each clone can learn the katas, as Kaita explained, and then combine both of those taijutsu styles. They can basically create a whole new one, in which Naruto nods. Now, after that, well, actually, I need to do something real quick. Alright, so, as the next 50, focus on one sword style. Basically, I mean by one sword style, I mean just like one kenjutsu style, while another's focusing on another kenjutsu style. Each style basically is an opposite. Again, one focuses on speed and agility, while the other is focusing on defense and strikes. Basically, what I'm trying to say is basically focusing on defending yourself and then basically blocking the attack or parrying and striking when you make your own opening by that or waiting for it, which Naruto can see. Basically, each style also of kenjutsu has an elemental affinity that you need. One, basically the fast and agile one, focuses on wind, while the other one would technically be focusing on earth, but in actuality, the sword will need actually fire chakra to help its strikes. Surprisingly enough, even though it's focused on defense and making their own opening by parrying or blocking, it also incorporate to make their own opening by using the fire to basically cut through an object like a tree or such, which Naruto finds very interesting. So, basically 250, shadow clones are focused on the style. Now, that's 200 clones, which Naruto asks, what are the, other clones going to do? Which Kakaita says, another pair of 50 clones are going to learn, magic. And, geology from the books in the library, while this other pair will be focusing on chakra control, plus a few of them will spar with me. Should these clones, how long will these clones last for? Naruto says about all the way up to tonight. If you want, the first set of clones, the first 50 set of clones could dispel after about 4 hours and then practicing. It's just so these as basically the clones that are the other 50 out of the 100, that would be the 300, would do the chakra control, and a few of them will spar with you, which Kakaita nods. And Naruto says, have 10 clones, have 10 clones dispel at a time. I'll be also getting the memories, which Kakaita does not. So, after that, Naruto and Obito basically go to the chamber where everyone is, asleep. As basically, Naruto sees the people that he's looking for. Aurora and Mar. So, Naruto goes, can you also get Severus, Sebes, and basically the battle maids? or the Palladius maids. I'm just gonna call them battle maids. Which Obito says, yes, no, yes, Lord Naruto. And then Naruto's like, there goes the Lord thing again. In which she just smiles at that. So, she gathers all the people there that that Naruto wants them to awaken. And so, after doing a sequence, Naruto basically has them wake up. Aurora and Mar are basically being groggy. They say, "Where are we? What happened?" Basically, Aurora is asking. Mar says, "I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it." In which Sevis basically, just says, "Where's Lord Hines?" And then basically they hear someone go, in which everyone sees Naruto and a girl with black hair and golden eyes. In which basically Sevis gets into a battle stance along with everyone else. Mar is about to use magic, and then Obito just says, "Will you all just calm down? Lord Naruto is here." In which Sevis goes, "I do not know who you... Wait, Obito?" In which everyone's just standing down. Obito snaps her fingers, and she goes into the way she looks like normally. She goes, "Yes, Sevis, it's I." In which, basically, Sevis bows to Obito and says, "My apologies, my apologies, Obito. But, may I also ask, who is he?" As basically, he's looking at Naruto, as Naruto holds out his hand to Obito not to say nothing because, she was going to. In which she nods. So Naruto walks forward, basically, only by 2 steps. He goes, "Well, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. I'm the one who basically is the new ruler of Nazarick. And before you ask, yes, I am human, so to speak. But, in a sense, still human. If you have any questions, well, that is very simple. Ainz was the one who basically put a spell on anyone who is the exact opposite of him to basically be the next ruler. How so? Whoever will be the next ruler will be teleported to the actual tomb's throne room. So, I've basically had Obito teach me some things for 2 days. The blacksmith is already awakened, and Kakaitis is also awakened. Where you are is, well, in the Elemental Nations. We are currently in the Fire Nation, near Konoha Village, where I am from. In which everyone's shocked, and someone's about to say something about Obito silence them with a glare. In which, well, he says, "I've awakened you for certain things. Sevis and the battlemates have woken you for protection of Nazarick, and also to help out in any duties I'll need you to, well, go out of Nazarick and, how should I say this right, acquire information / to eliminate any enemies, right?" As he looks at Obito as she nods, he goes, "Well, eliminate is the last thing I would want. But if it needs to be done, it needs to be done." In which then Savas says, "Is that why you awoken us? Surely?" He goes, "That and, well, I have a feeling I would need help with some things, but for right now, I need help with a certain thing that's coming up, which Sebas is already needs to understand the situation, so he goes, "How may I assist you, my lord?" Which Naruto goes like, "You know what? I'm not gonna care about the whole entire lord thing for right now. I have a mission I'm on, and I'm currently should be there, but I'm not. So I need basically Mar and Aurora to help me out. Sevis, you can also help out if needed. Basically, let me, I need to check something real quick on the battle maid. Because I know there's two that don't like humans very well. So give me a minute. Alright, so I'm gonna try to say this name, but I know I'm gonna get it wrong. So I will just say the last name, which, okay, so it's Norbora Gamma. Basically, she steps forward and she goes, "So, how can a insignificant bug rule Nazarick?" In which Naruto just looks at her and goes, I know everyone here is not human, even though as I said, I still can see why you would not believe I am, to be trusted. In which you do also hate humans. Does anyone else think I should not be, the rule of Nazarick? Please step forward. As, everyone technically there does step forward. Which, he goes, that's understandable. Which, Albio just looks at him along with everyone else. And she goes, "What? You think I'm going to demand your respect?" No, I'm not going to demand. I'm not going to, how should I say this also? Force you to do anything I say and do. I'll just ask for your help. And Sebas, even though you are willing to help me, anything I need, you also do not think I am, worthy to lead. Which Sebas goes, "No, my lord, allow me to explain." He goes, which Naruto puts up his hand and goes like, "I can't really have a feeling I know what it is. 1, I am a kid. I am currently 12/13 years old. It's understandable. And 2, I am a human." In which he goes, no, it's only the 13. As basically the only one besides Nobrel Gamma is also Solution Epizlan. So basically Solution and Nobrel are all saying, and also because you're human. Which everyone just says, actually, he's just a kid. Which everyone does. Basically everyone knows the battle maids besides those two do not. In which basically the two just look at them in shock. And Mar and Aura, Mar and, Aura, just saying, well, it's because you're, a kid and you have this weird scent to you. Well, Aura says. Mar just says, yeah, I could tell there's something different about you. Where she goes, oh, that explains it. Well, how should I say this? Actually, you know what? I'm not good at explaining this right away. I'm still having a hard time coming to terms with this myself, but I'll explain on the way. Which, think like, huh? You know what it says? We have to go to the library first. I believe there are some maps and scrolls that can explain some things then. So, basically, they go to the library. Everyone who was in the room that's waking, goes with Naruto. When they get to the library, Naruto explains about the mission. He also explains about the layout of the, wave mission. Not the wave mission, the wave country. To Aura and Mar. He basically tells them on why he basically awoken them and what's their task. Is basically to find Gato's base, sneak into his base, get the deed to basically the Gato's business, find out where it is, and go there and take it over. In which they ask why. Even, Sebas is curious, so he basically explains his idea. He basically says about how basically they are not good people. Basically, they'll do shady deals, black market deals, stuff that no normal ninja would get or civilian. We basically use that, contact and info from them and even take over the business and tend to get a good steady amount of income. In which also we may get some leads of different places and different nations to help us expand our knowledge. Just in case, if we ever find out there are some enemies after me or any one of you, we at least will know who's out there and what we need to fight against. In which everyone, does agree that's a good idea. And, Savas goes, I see the logic in this, my lord. Is there anything you'll need me to do? He goes, yeah, I need you to basically to help out Mar and Aura, just in case. And also, after that, if there's any information you find from Gato, base and business, copy it down right away and inform me later. Or as soon as, later or as soon as possible, depends on how urgent it is. Anyways, he does, basically, all three of them says, yes, Lord Naruto, it shall be done. And then he basically looks at the battle maids, he goes, and the rest of you, walk around, relax, loosen up. Do whatever you can to basically to make sure you are fully 100% alright? In which they all nod. Basically, one of them, one of the battle maids, basically, Yuri Alpha, just saying, looks at Naruto and says, when you get back here, from any of the information that we find, with Severus and Mar and Aura, would you like me to prepare a meal for you? He goes, that would be great, actually. Thank you. She basically nods. And then he goes like, yes. If you go to the, actually wait, where are the clones? Which they all just look at him and he goes like, oh, yeah. We forgot about this. So basically Naruto makes another 10 pair of clones, which they all just look at him and he goes like, what? Oh, yeah, you don't know about chakra or ninjutsus, genjutsus, taijutsus. So basically the clones find information that, they need to know. A quick rundown and everything. So basically, they figure out about the taijutsus, ninjutsus, genjutsus, chakra, and about the tailed beasts and a jinchuriki, in which Savage just asks, Lord Naruto, what is this jinchuriki and the meaning of it, the human sacrifice? Naruto just says, well, the tailed beast cannot be killed since it's made out of pure chakra that, that has sentience. So, if you kill them, so to speak, they'll just reform on how many years later. So, the only way to basically defeat a tailed beast is to seal them inside a person or object. If it's a person, it's a jinchuriki. That's what it means about the human sacrifice. In which everyone just nods at Naruto. And Obito, is just standing there right next to Naruto. But, again, basically, it's Narbal asks, so why do you want us to know this? He goes, well, Jinchurikis are not treated right. They are treated like demons. To them, a Jinchuriki is nothing more than a monster, a freak, a thing that should not exist and should die. Basically. And again, she asks, so why do you want us to know this? Which Naruto just sighs and like, I was giving you hints. It's kind of obvious if I'm talking about this and explaining it. In which I would say CZ2128 bet I'm just gonna call her Beta. Wait. Yeah. Belta. Belta? Basically says, you are a Jinchuriki, aren't you, Lord Naruto? Which, that kind of shocks everyone. He goes, well, basically, to anyone who did not know, he goes, yep, I am, well, the Nine-Tailed Fox Jinchuriki, the Kyuubi. Well, technically, Kurama's Jinchuriki. I think I made them, share names. If not, then just, pretend I didn't say that. I didn't really go far into the... I just basically kind of skipped around the video too, just to see where I was at. But anyways, in which I do think, Beta would ask, so wait, does that mean you were treated like... He goes, yep. I went over a few things, what could happen to Jinchuriki, in which they just look at him curiously. He goes like, use your own imagination. Well, actually, yeah, use your own imagination. I've basically could probably tell you if that has happened to me. In which everyone's kind of surprised. And he goes like, anyways, Albedo, we should probably get back. In which she does not. And so she snaps her fingers, turn her back into, her basically human form. And she goes, wait, should we also tell the Kaidas to technically show us, not show us, to show one of your clones how to use the teleportation spell? In which he goes, yeah, we should. So they go back over to the Kaidas and tell him, and then basically Mar, Aura, and Sevis follow them. So they basically teleport over to Wave Country. Wave Country, where Taz in the house is. And when they get there, he basically looks at Aura, Mar, and Sebastian, and basically goes, wait, did one of you grab the map of Wave Country? Which then, basically Sevis says, I did, my lord. You forgot to tell us, so I thought it would be better if I should grab it. He goes, good. I'm still a whole entire used to leading people, so forgive me in my, slow thinking and not quick, orders right away, and many more things. In which he goes, it's not a problem, my lord. We will help you out as much as we need. In which, basically, Aura and Mar do nod their heads. So, basically, Sevis opens up the map, and basically, Albedo uses a magical spell to tell them their location. And so, Naruto basically sees the islands that they're around. He basically tells them to look around these islands. Try to make each island done in half a day. One island can be done in half a day, and the other island can be done just basically searching to see where, Gato's hideout is that day that you finish the first island that you've done or not. In which they do not understanding. So, after that, the three set out on their mission. So, basically, Naruto and Albedo go over back to Tazuna's house, and from there, nothing much happens. Basically, the clones dispel 10 at a time, every 20 minutes, just for Naruto to go for the information. Well, along with the other clones, and so, after that, after everything's done, Naruto says, so, I made some good progress in this Haijutsu. Basically learned the basic katas for both, even the kenjutsus. The chakra control exercises seem to have helped my chakra control even more and increased it, along with my mana. I basically learned the teleportation spell, And it seems I learned another barrier level technique. And along with another magical spell that, well, that locates certain objects I'm looking for. Interesting. And, well, basically here's Kurama says, "Kid, I know basically you're gonna get stronger all around, but what are you going to do?" He goes, "Oh, well, what I'm doing is basically I'm trying to get a well-round skill set. I know I can't use my magic without learning everybody of my new power, and the civilians would try to harm me if I basically use it. You already know this." In which he does, well, Kurama does make like a, sound to basically tells him I understand that. Or, yeah, I know. It was like, but I'm trying to also find out from basically Gato's business of any information that could help us in the future and get supplies and such. We already know that. But if you're asking my overall, I truly don't know what I'm doing. In which Kurama just says that's understandable. You didn't think of this at the time, because you didn't know this was ever going to happen to you. I don't blame you. Just know I'm here to help you out if needed. Alright? And when she goes, "Thanks." He goes, "No problem. I'm going to take my nap now." And, well, Kurama falls asleep. Now, though, I do want to say, after a few, basically, days, everything in canon happens. It's just the fact is Naruto's control is better than in canon. He does get up the tree after about maybe half an hour and makes shadow clones to even help it out. He made clones to go back to Kakaitis and Nazarick and such to learn more magic and train and spar with Kakaitis. So, yeah. And such. Basically, after Naruto learns tree walking, Kakashi also has him learn water walking, which technically, even though he has a lot, he basically has done a lot of chakra control exercises, it's still a lot, of chakra, so he basically uses a clone to help him out, and he does it himself, and they do get it done. Now, him and Albedo do spar, so that way he can basically get himself familiar with the taijutsu style fight. Alright? So, after basically an hour, one style fight, they go to the next one, and basically they don't use the Kenjutsu style yet. So, what happens is, though, everything happens with the Birch Builder's grandson. About him talking about what happened about, well, them not being Gato and such. And yeah. Naruto just kind of goes off a little bit at him. And then he walks out and tries to get some fresh air. So, after him going out there, Albedo just looks at the kid. I forgot his name. So, Inari? I think it is, though. I think it's Inari. Not then. So after that, Albedo does go after Naruto. She basically sees Naruto, punching a tree, and it doesn't break, but does, make some cracks in it. As she goes, "Naruto, are you?" He goes, he doesn't even know the first meaning of. He's a kid. Can't get mad at him. He lost somebody precious to him, and alright, just calm down, Naruto. Calm down. which Abito, walks over to him and puts a hand on his shoulder as he looks at her, and she goes, "It's fine for you to be mad at him. As you said, he's a kid. But still, he shouldn't have a right to talk to anyone like that." In which Naruto nods. And so, he just says, but like we already said, he's a kid. What is he gonna do? In which he nods. So, she asks, "Are you just gonna cool off out here?" Or he goes, "Yeah, probably going to do that. Heck, I'm actually gonna check in with Sevis and Mars and Aura to see if they're fine." In which she says, "Allow me to do that, Naruto." And he goes, "Are you sure?" She goes, "Yeah." So basically, they check in. Sevis, Aura, and Mar did find Gato's base. They basically snuck in without a problem. They found their location, and they are on their way to take over Gato's business. And, well, Naruto basically gets the information, and he basically tells them a good job. Now, after that, the scene with Haku does not happen since Naruto, basically talks about Bito to calm down and not over-reserve himself, and basically they go back to Tazuna's house. So, the fight with Zabuza is going to be a little bit different since Naruto does make some shadow clones, about maybe 10 clones to keep guard of basically Tazuna's daughter and grandson. And then they go to the bridge. Now, what happens on the bridge is simple. Similar to canon, is basically, Kakashi versus Zabuza. Haku versus Sasuke. Naruto basically wants to see this hunter ninja skill, a fake one, and such. Yeah. Sasuke gets his butt kicked, but he unlocks his Sharingan, and Naruto says, "Oh great, he activated it." And yeah. Sakura is just protecting, Tazuna. Oh wait, I forgot to go over what happened to her. Because what Naruto said to her, she basically did train herself, and even asked Naruto and Abito for some help. So basically, she's able to do that inhuman strength punch about 3 times before she runs out. Well, actually no. She's able to do that about a good number of times before she runs out of chakra. Now then, does that mean she got stronger? No, she has to train herself a little bit more. But anyways, yeah, she basically has like inhuman strength now. So, Naruto basically seen Albedo looking at Zabuza, and he goes, "If you want to go play, go have fun." In which she basically looks at Naruto and smiles. She goes, "Thanks, I will." So she runs over to Zabuza and Kakashi. Naruto basically goes over, walking over to not Naruto, to Sasuke and Haku. Basically, before Haku could do any more attacks on Sasuke with them, basically it would be around the crystal ice mirrors, so he basically puts a barrier around Sasuke as each needle basically, hits the barrier, if, they fall down. As in Naruto basically says, around the barrier, he says, "Fire magic, fire wall," as basically a wall of fire erupts around the barrier, spurring out, and technically he puts a little bit more magic into the spell, so it burns through the mirrors, which surprise Haku. As then basically Naruto does some hand signs, and he says, "Wind style, go palm," and he basically presses forward his left palm, and shoots air at Haku, which did not suspect it coming, so he gets hit, and then he basically uses lightning magic, lightning beam, or well, lightning strike, and basically a bolt of lightning, or basically a beam of lightning, goes over towards Haku and hits him. Now, Naruto goes running forward, and he's going to test out his taijutsu. Basically, he's testing out the stronger and basically powerful strike taijutsu, which it doesn't really work, but then he goes over to the speed and agility one, which, since it's just in the basic state, he basically still in the basics, he's nearly gonna go into the advanced stuff, so he's able to do a little bit good against Haku, not much though. Until Kurama says, "Kid, I'm gonna lend you some of my chakra," which he goes, "Thanks." And so, Kurama gives some of his chakra to Naruto, and he's a lot more faster, in which he doesn't get hit by any needles and such, and yeah. In the end, Haku does get defeated by Naruto's same way, but in this case, Naruto does not stop at the last minute. Well, he does stop at the last minute, but what I mean is he just stops at the last minute because he knows Haku. He stops at the last minute because he does not understand what's going on with Haku. So, he explains about the whole entire precious people, and protecting them makes you stronger. The whole entire also thing of, it's about Zabuza saved him and such, and Kakashi is about to kill Zabuza with the Chidori, and, well, Haku does die still. Not gonna change that. Actually, technically I could, but I keep on making them live, so in this case I'm not gonna make them live. So yeah, anyways, so what happens next is simple. Well, Gato does comment and gloat about how he was gonna kill them and then go towards the village. Well, Naruto just laughs, in which, well, Gato says, "Hey, Runt, why are you laughing?" In which Naruto goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's just the fact is, I overheard some people in the village that are passing through that were looking for you. They said since they found your base, they will gather information on where your, well, establishment is, and they're going to take it over." Which Gato's eyes wide. He goes, "No! If they do that, I'm going to be ruined." In which Naruto goes, "Oh, how are you going to be ruined when you're going to be dead?" Which goes, "Huh? What do you mean?" As Naruto does the hand sign, he says, "Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu." As each, basically each Shadow Clone appears, it's about maybe a good 100 or so, which all Gato's men are in shock, especially Zabuza. Zabuza says, "Hey kid." He goes, "Huh? Give me a kunai." And she goes, "Why?" So, basically, he tells Zabuza about how the way Haku talked to him about before his death, that, you only saw him as a tool, so why should he help out anybody who thinks of someone as a tool to them, even though they care about them deeply, which Zabuza just tells him that, yeah, I may have thought him as a tool at first, but he became someone very precious to me, and because of this guy, he took that away from me, so it's only right that I help you out and kill this guy. In which Naruto sees Zabuza is not lying, so he nods. So, after that, he basically throws a kunai towards Zabuza. Zabuza looks at him and says, "Thanks. I can't lift up my, executioner sword because of my arms." Which goes, "I understand." So, Naruto looks over at Gato, and he just basically says to him, "Today you'll die, Gato. And pray to Kami that you'll live. Well, live in a different life." And so, Zabuza, and his clones run towards the people. Zabuza takes some of them on, while most of the clones take the other ones on, and they're taking a few of the guys on. Well, kind of. A lot of them ran away, so there's only like about maybe like half of it. A good maybe 40, 50, no, there's 75, so 50, 40 of them. And so, Zabuza kills off Gato. Exactly the same way in canon, everything goes exactly the same way. It's just the only difference is, he basically gets in contact with Aurora Mar and asks for the location of Gato's base and what's basically how many people are there and such. So after that, him, Obito, Sakura, and Sasuke go over to the base. They check out whatever guards is there, and they get the money and the funds and such, and well, go back to the village and give them the money. They do take a little portion for basically the mission and such, which Kashi does tell Tazuma, which he understands. And meanwhile, while basically they were doing at the base, they did get over to where Gato's establishment was, business, and they took over it very easily. Now, what's going to happen with Gato's men is very simple. They basically cannot fight back. They will not, be able to. They basically submit, and they ask who is their basically new boss. In which Cephas just tells them that my lord will basically tell me what he wants. Give me a minute. So basically he calls to Naruto and he tells them the situation. So Naruto just tells him. Tell them that their boss, with a new boss, will remain a secret. But know this. He will basically have eyes at the place at all times. Do not forget that. And Severus reveals the information to them as they nod. So, after that, they do technically, leave. And Naruto, basically, at that night, does leave back with Nazarick with, Obito. And such, when they basically arrive there, they go straight to where Aurora, Mar, and Sevis is. And so, yes, so, report. Basically, they report what happened. They report what they saw, what they did, and about, basically the place. Which Mar does saying, what you said was true. He goes, I see. Sevis, is there any way for us to have someone there to keep the business running without, me actually being there? Which Sevis does saying, I do have an idea, but I think Obito does also have another idea, which she does. She basically says, there is somebody that, will be good to be there. I believe. And he does say, are you sure? She goes, yes. But I do think we shouldn't send anyone of the floor guardians. Or the battle maids. He goes, wait then. Then basically, how can we, basically have someone go there? She goes, there always could be an undead. Undead? Yes, a soldier basically that would, listen to you. He goes, I see. I'm not a necromancer. And I can't use a shadow clone. Oh wait, I did forget something about Zabuza. Naruto does not need the sword. He already has. Oh, he's gonna have, katanas or ninja swords, basically. A Tadachi. Yeah, okay, so anyways. So, Naruto just says, there's not any way for us to not make a clone of me, but in which Obito says, I did told you I was gonna think of it, so I did come up with an idea who would, be there. He goes, really? Who? Well, technically, Sebas is basically what will be around the place all the time, and we still need him here, right? And he does not. He goes, well, technically speaking, we could always have a vampire to go there. She won't hesitate with them. He goes, Shaltir then. That would be a good idea. In which, technically, not Sebastian, Sebas asks, my lord, do you not know how to, the proper way how to speak to people of, a business or of nobility? Which Naruto does chuckle and slightly scratch the back of his head. He goes like, yeah, I'm technically an orphan. He was like, oh, yes, my apologies. I should have figured that out. He goes, it's no problem. He goes, but, yeah. In which, technically then, Sebas, not Sebastian, but Sebas says he'll teach him as much as he can, whenever he's around. And if you, basically, all the Balmains besides the two, Nobril and Solution. Hold up. What was her name? Yeah, it is hard to remember. Oh, Solution. I guess. To basically teach him anything. So, I mean, they're gonna teach him some things. So yeah. I'll have to think of that later. But anyway, so basically Naruto looks at Sebastian and the Balmains besides the two. He goes, thank you. I'll appreciate it very much. In which they say it's no problem. Now, after that, they do wake up Shaltir and explain everything to her. She goes, so wait, so you are the new lord of Nazarick? Which he goes, yes. You are only a kid. He goes, yes. Do you have a problem with that? She goes, no. You're also our Jinchuriki, which holds a tail beast inside of you through a seal, and everyone treats you like crap. He goes, yeah, pretty much. She goes, well, I don't know how to feel about this. He goes, take your time, but I do need your help with something. She goes, He goes, well, she explains about the whole entire, basically Gato's business, and she goes, ah, I see. Am I allowed to basically drink anyone of their blood? He goes, if you find out anyone who's being insubordinate, / reckless, / try to basically overthrow you, then yes. But anyone who basically goes against your orders, argues with you, don't kill them. And she goes, alright. Is there anything else I need to know? He goes, yeah. Find out any information you can. Any deals they made in the past. Basically, we can use those as connections or, well, figure out if there are potential threats to us in the future. In which she goes, don't you mean you? He was like, technically us, since I rule this place, and they may try to attack all of you. And she goes, oh, I see. Alright then. I will ask for locations of the... Which Naruto says, technically I think you can have Sebas or Mar to teleport you there, since they came from there to Nazarick. And which she goes, oh, alright. I'll bring some of my brides with me. Basically the vampire brides, so... Which Naruto just nods. He was like, remember, don't kill nothing necessary. And she goes, alright, I'll learn as much as I can, Lord Naruto. And I'll contact you if I find anything interesting. He just nods and says, thank you. So after that, he does go over to where Abito is, and he goes, that went easier than I thought. She was way more easier going than I believed, from what you told me. She goes, that's odd. Well, let's go back to, Wave Country. He does nod. Beforehand, he makes the shadow clones, and they do their training and such. And they go, well, Naruto and Obito are back. So the bridge does get complete. They name it the Great Naruto Bridge. And, well, they would give that to Konoha. But there was a slight, difference here. Someone basically was there to watch the battle. They basically wrote in the bingo book. And, well, not the bingo book. Basically, they wrote down everything on information on the scrolls so they can give it to their Kage. And, well, we will have Naruto be in the bingo book next time. Alright everyone, this is where I'm going to end it off since it's, jeez, I need to go to bed. But anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed this part. Let me guys know about the Percy Jackson crossover. Alright, I will start reading the book hopefully tomorrow night after I'm done with work or afternoon and such. But anyways, I'll try to get also watching Black Clover so I get the what if out. If not, then I'll try to do another what if before I start getting lazy and such, because I want to get out as many videos as I can before another school class starts. So everyone, bye everyone. Have a nice day and night wherever you are, and bye.